This week's episode of Diggnation is brought to you by Click It or Ticket, Dice, GoDaddy,
and BJ Hero. New for the Wii Motion Plus.
Welcome to Diggnation.
Also potentially hazardous to your health.
Alright, moving on. Why do you have flies in your freaking house? I noticed this earlier.
It's Southern California and I have fruit.
You put zombie and you put ear in the title, and I don't want to do it. Diggnation.com. Hello, friends. Welcome to Diggnation, episode number 257. I'm Kevin Rose.
256, I'm Alex Albrecht.
Thank you. Is it really? Yeah.
Diggnation covers some of the hottest user-submitted stories on the social news website, dig.com, and that's dig.com. I don't know why that happened.
Yep. We are
like
here.
A weird hand signal.
What'd you throw down?
I went dig.com.
Nice. We are here in San Francisco, California. It is raining outside. It's a little bit stormy out. It was raining earlier.
It is.
No longer raining.
Trippy flight in, man.
Was it?
Yeah,
Bumpy?
A little bit. But now that I'm doing flying, it's like, meh. You know what I mean?
Doesn't bother you at all?
No. Here's the weird thing. Coming in for a landing, bumpy has never bothered me. Because I'm like, well, we're coming down anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't really bother me. Turbulence doesn't really bother me either.
Turbulence bothers me when it's what they call clear air turbulence, when you're just like, all of a sudden you're just sitting there watching a movie, you're over like the Rockies and everything's cool and calm, and then whoa, bang, and you're like, whoa, Jesus, fuck.
Yeah.
And they're like, seatbelts, and they sound like stressed when they say that.
Yeah, totally.
It's not like,
well, we just hit a little open air turbulence. So you can just buckle up your seatbelts for the next 5-10 minutes. We should be fine.
it's like,
Seatbelts!
Yeah, I've had that happen before too.
I hate that shit.
Are you getting feedback? What was it?
No. We were just not in agreement how good that pilot announcer voice was.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
747, we'll get you in Oakland in 16 minutes after the hour.
Oh, speaking of
Should
which,
be warm!
Yeah.
Glenn's not with us anymore.
Still. I mean, not anymore. He's going back.
He's passed.
He's passed. He's passed. He's retired and went to Miami. He's retired and is in Miami.
What's up with Glenn? Oh, he's traveling with Tony. He's,
Tony?
From Zappos.
Zappos Stolen?
Yeah. He's doing the Book of Happiness tour. No, it's Tony's
like,
new book, which is awesome.
Yeah. Sounds like something
Delivering
that
Happiness.
like.
It's going to be an amazing book. I've read it. It is an amazing book. So no, it's coming out soon. You should definitely check it out.
It's going to be an amazing book. I mean, I've read it, so it is amazing.
Check out Glenn's Twitter though. He has updates on there. Glenn MC. He'll be back with us next week.
All right, good. Well, shall we get into the shizo?
Let's do it. First story of the day. This one is a good one. This guy's parkour skills are insane. Submitted by Mr. Babyman.
Big fan of parkour, so let's see this.
2,270 people submitted the story. Here we go.
Damian Walters. Parkour. Did his friend just push him off of a building? That's what? First off, that's a trampoline.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Still. But that was very cool.
This trampoline shit is bullshit.
Well, it's not all trampoline.
Yeah, that's trampoline.
No, but I mean, that's not.
Yeah, it was.
No, I mean it's not. It's a gymnast floor, but not trampoline.
Yeah, but I want to see them do it outside, like that
this.
kind of shit.
Oh, that was pimp. That was pimp. Did you see that? He's just like, yep, now I'm sitting. Where were you? So he has a friend that drives a Ford Focus.
Have you ever tried this yourself?
You know, first off, he has no pants. Oh, that's cool. What is he doing? That's pimp. He's like, what's up? I just got dressed. I've not done that kind of. Oh, that was cool. Oh, that
was insane. That was the one crazy thing I've seen him do. That was awesome.
That stuff's cool, dude. Do you do that stuff at all?
I do this.
See, that's that weird where the buddy pushes him. That's cool, dude. I mean, clearly the guy's a gymnast.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I could do that.
That was cool. Yeah, but it was still cool. Yeah, the flipping off a bar, that stuff is like whatever. That stuff's cool. Well, but into the...
Yeah, exactly.
It's outside where it's cooler.
Yeah.
Because inside you just look like a stupid gymnast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like inside it's just like, oh, he's just a guy who does gymnastics. But outside it's like he's a parkourist.
Right, totally. That was cool. Well, and
But then he lands on pads. That was cool. I like where he's like, I'm sitting in the car.
This is Hotmail address up there.
Dude, Hotmail.
Le Pump 1 at
Le
Hotmail.
Pump 1 Hotmail. It is the hottest of the mail services.
Dude,
here's the thing.
First of all, it's only freaking like people in Europe that are doing this shit. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
A bunch of these videos, it's all like, it's the techno, Euro techno, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And
they're like, I am so mad, I'm going to jump up this wall. I want to. It's like Footloose, that scene in Footloose where he's like mad dancing in the steel mill.
Yes.
It's a little bit like that. Like, I feel so bad. Watch me. I'm going to jump this bench and sit.
I would love to do some parkour.
I'd love to do some
It's all over
parkour.
Berkeley. There's a big...
Really?
There's a crossover between capoeira.
Oh,
You know what
interesting.
capoeira is?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's up.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
all the Brazilians and there's a big school in Berkeley that is capoeira, and there's a crossover from parkour to capoeira because a lot of the movements are the same.
Interesting.
Have you ever had Brazilian steak before?
No.
It's hairless. It's good. It's good as hell.
Hairless?
It's just
Hope my steak
clean.
is hairless.
Hey, if you hadn't had a good New York strip with hair, you are not living. Those hairy steaks,
No, I mean,
you just get a lot of meat on it.
I didn't mean it was hairless.
I thought you meant that like the cows were like...
No,
Born
that's more of a
hairless.
Brazilian waxing reference.
Oh, it was a Brazilian waxing reference.
Oh.
Right.
Oh. I need some diagrams for those jokes.
Steak on swords.
Prayer has.
Braggers had it.
Prager's had the Brazilian back
Steak on swords.
Oh, I'd love to do the steak on stores. I haven't done that
Brazilian
yet.
barbecue.
Is it Brazilian or
Yeah, I've had
Argentinian?
that. It's all you can eat meat.
Yeah, and they combine
Yeah.
you have like a little red light and a green light.
Yes.
And you just keep bringing
Like
back
green
the
light,
swords
eating
and
meat,
like-
red light, not eating meat.
Have you had that?
They have a little Brazilian all-you-can-eat cafeteria at the Grove.
Really?
At least they
Oh
used
crap!
to.
I'll have to go
As
check
of
that out.
2 years ago.
The Grove in the farmers market area.
Farmers Market.
Dude, they have the best Philly cheesesteak subs. They do them like classic style, where it's basically just steakums. So good, steakums and grilled
Is it a
onions.
stand, like an outdoor stand? Or?
Yeah, it's like one of the places. It's like their there's like a grilly kind of deli kind of thing. It's just sort of a greasy spoon. So good, dude.
Good hangover
That's
food.
good. Great hangover food, dude.
All
All right.
Brazilian waxers.
Unite. Here we go.
Congratulations.
Next story. This is an interesting story. It's not really a story. It's sort of more of a opinion poll that we were going to kind of then talk about, which is the top 10 reasons why you should quit Facebook. 3,948 people dug the story submitted by MK Lopez. After some reflection, I've decided to delete my account on Facebook. I'd like to encourage you to do the same. Here are my top 10 reasons for why you should join me and many others in deleting your Facebook account. So this is obviously somebody who, is a little, fed up with Facebook for whatever reason and has listed them in order. And some of them are sort of interesting, and then some of them are like, well, but that's sort of what Facebook is. So the first one is the terms of service are completely one-sided, which a lot of people have been talking about the terms of service, but basically there's a lot of for Facebook pro stuff and not a lot of pro user stuff, which I have to say you can't really fault Facebook for, because most of the time the EULAs or the terms of services are all sort of for the company anyway. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the only reason they're there.
Yeah, I mean that's what the term is. This is how we're going to use all the stuff that we're doing. You know what I mean?
Well, that's part of a free service. They offer this are our terms of service, meaning like we're offering you the service, but you have to agree to these terms.
Exactly.
We're the company, we set these up.
Right, and if you don't want to agree to them,
You don't have
to use the
You don't have to
service.
even count. Right.
There's a couple here, like I think this one, number 9, it says Facebook CEO has documented history of unethical behavior. I read a little bit of it. I'm just going to kind of leave it out because it's sort of like not really, there was some sort of suit that he like settled on, but we're sort of still sort of amorphous, so I was like, it's not worth it.
Bullshit.
There was no fact. I mean, there might be, but not. Facebook has declared a flat-out war on privacy. So I guess the founder of Facebook, so there's been a lot of the privacy changes have been an issue with people who used Facebook. And I guess also with this new Open Graph API thing, which I have to say is a little creepy. I logged into Facebook and said yes to some friend request from some guy I knew in college or something, and then left closed out of Facebook. Then I went on to, I think it was either Engadget or Gizmodo, and I can't remember. And they had a Facebook ad on the side that literally had what my friends were talking about.
Right.
And only my friends.
Right.
And it really creeped me out. I was like, just because I've logged into Facebook doesn't mean I want you to give Gizmodo the ability to access my Facebook.
They didn't.
Yeah, but I don't want to see it on Facebook.
But they didn't give Gizmodo the ability. It's all done in an iframe, and it's pulling directly from Facebook. So Gizmodo doesn't have any of that data at all.
Yeah, but it just seems so creepy.
That's the misconception with a lot of this stuff. There is one service that they're doing called the instant personalization that does give you their data. So let me explain it to you. So here's the deal.
Because that's just one section. And the other thing that I think will help with this is I also want to talk about the fact that they said that they do share all of your data with applications. So if you write a Facebook application, you, as the Facebook application writer, have access to all of the Facebook data.
If you install that application.
Correct. And so one of the things that they were saying was that people don't, this isn't common knowledge. Most people think, oh, I'll just click say yes to this freaking pineapple throwing application or whatever.
Right.
But really what you're doing is you're opening up all of your data to this person who may not even be that reputable. I mean, it could just be a kid writing a software thing.
That's true.
And they have now access to all of your private data, which then, and then we'll talk about the thing you wanted to say, but then it leads me to say to all of the people, you know what you're getting into with Facebook. The only reason I'm on Facebook is so I can share information with people. I don't put any information on Facebook that I don't want people to know. Why would I? That's, I don't put any information that I don't want people to know anywhere on the internet, period. I don't care how safe it is, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so go ahead. So people were saying
Well, I mean, it's like, what part of this do you want to talk about? There's a ton of stuff to talk about here. Like, basically, so Mark's whole thing is, and I don't say this to be like name droppery or whatever, but I happen to actually know the guy from Facebook. And I had dinner with him last week, and we were talking a lot about this, because there's been a lot of controversy around all this crap, and I was like, hey, so what's going on? What's all these new changes? I just kind of want to get the inside scoop, And his whole point to me was that Facebook, people are becoming more and more comfortable with sharing information online. I mean, this like Twitter is completely open. It defaults to social versus having privacy turned on, right?
Right.
Facebook started in a world where privacy at that time was the norm. Like, you wanted everything protected. You didn't want anybody seeing your photos. You didn't want anybody seeing your events. Like, all that stuff, it was a completely closed and kind of private friends of friends service.
Yeah, but I would say that you would post a twit pic in a totally different way than you might post a picture of a party that only your friends that are friends of yours can see.
I get that, but I guess what his whole point was that what he wants to do with Facebook, and don't quote me on this because this isn't actually what he said, I'm kind of paraphrasing what he said, but was that Facebook wants to be a more open social, they want to evolve. They don't want to sit there and say, just because we started 4 years ago, we're always going to be this private closed system. When you create a new account, they want the default to be open and accessible to anyone and everyone, make it a more social open environment, right? So I'll give you an example, like they have a lot of these privacy controls, so you can lock down almost every aspect of Facebook, but now the new defaults, like when you're creating accounts and things like that, are to keep that stuff open, right? More like a Twitter type model, right?
Sure.
So in some of this stuff, like when you go to other websites, like you go to a Gizmodo or you go to CNN or you go to one of these sites, and you see what your friends have liked or recommended around you, it is not actually going in and saying, pulling all of your data and giving all that all to CNN or giving it all to Gizmodo. It's using like, there's a couple different ways to do it, but one most common way I think is through an iframe that basically goes out, and because you already have a logged in session with Facebook, it goes out, pulls that information, says which of these articles that they liked, and then just displays it on the scrin. So you're not really giving up any extra information there. So the big one that people were freaking out about was what they're doing called instant personalization. And so, or instant customization, one of the two. Okay, personalization maybe. And what they're essentially doing is they're saying, okay, you have a public profile on the internet. Like your profile on Facebook may be public, right?
Okay.
You may not expose everything, but you may expose some things. Your name, where you're from, the bands you like, the restaurants you like, things like that, right? Those may all be public things, pieces of your profile that you're exposing by default, right?
Profile pictures.
Right, maybe profile pictures, maybe not, stuff like that, right? So what they're saying is, like, for example, when you go to Pandora right now, if you have Facebook open in the background in another window and you go to Pandora, Pandora will then go out and say, oh, we know who you are coming to our site. We're going to go pull only the public data that a search engine can pull, that anybody else can pull, and use that to customize the experience for you. Yeah. So if you happen to be sharing like bands to the world, meaning like it's a public HTML web page that anybody can access, we're just going to pass that on to Pandora so that when you get there, they've instantly customized it for you and still give you the option to opt out at the top. And he's like, you know what? His whole thing was that like they're trying it out. It's like they're trying to push the envelope. They're trying not to be scared of this stuff. And it's funny because like he gets a lot of shit and people are like, oh, you know, he's like so against privacy and he's trying to like take over the world and these very like closed system. Well, I mean, there's been a lot of articles all over and his whole thing is like, he's like, well, I'm just kind of trying to push the envelope and see what, you know, knowing that the world is going to a more open place, like why not try new things, you know? And I kind of respect him for that. I think it's kind of, granted, I don't want, it's really tricky because you have people that are super concerned with privacy and that freak out about this stuff in general. And they're going to be uncomfortable with any of this stuff, period, right? So that's one group. You have another group of consumers that just don't understand the internet. And they're like, whoa, like what the fuck? Like you're customizing this instantly for me? Like I don't like that. And they just don't get what's going on. So those people are going to freak out. Then you have people that like are super tech savvy and that are somewhere in between, like us, where we're like, that's kind of weird, but it's different, and I may be okay, maybe not. And it's so they're dealing with a lot of different demographics here.
Every demographic, basically.
Right, every demographic. So they get a whole wide range of acceptance and hate and love and in between. And so it's got to be a really difficult position for him to be in, thinking like, how can I still keep my company nimble and embrace the latest tech and push the envelope without pissing off a lot of people?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I have to say, until Twitter was able to connect to Facebook, I really did not use Facebook at all. And now I'm actually quite happy that Twitter can connect, because now I know that people who I know from college, or you know, people that I knew in high school or whatever, who may not have any desire to be on Twitter or follow me on Twitter.
Right, they'll still get your updates.
They'll still get my updates, and I have a lot of, and I like to then look through. I look at Facebook way more often now because I like to see how other people who only interact with me via Facebook experience my things. Like they'll be like, oh, I like the status, or they'll comment on a status, and I'll comment back. Where really they're commenting on a Twitter. On their Twitter thing. They just don't involve. They just don't.
And they might not even know it. They might not even know that's the case.
I doubt that they do.
Yeah. And you still get their comments and stuff, and it's kind of cool.
No, it's really, really, really great. But for everything else, I have no desire to use Facebook. I mean, really, it's like, you know, Facebook is like my friends and family.
Right.
Twitter is my.
That's the way I look at it too.
Social stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I feel like I'm worried that Facebook is going to go, we need to open everything up so that in lieu of a Twitter stream, you can have a Facebook stream. And I feel like Twitter already does that, and Facebook already does something that Twitter doesn't do. And if Facebook starts to try to become Twitter, I don't know if that's going to be a great transition for me, because they do what they do so well.
I don't think they're going to trying to become Twitter. I think that they're going to take on Google in a serious way. I think that, so basically, think about this. And this isn't something I really discussed.
You're just pulling
I'm just pulling this out of my ass. So one of the things that's interesting is that, you know, Twitter or Facebook launched all these like buttons, right? Like being able to go out and like and recommend stuff to your friends and things like that, right? And so they've launched this all over the web, and they're going to explode. It's going to continue to grow like crazy. So there'll be likes all over the place. And in some ways, it's a little bit competition for Dig, but we're doing different things we're doing other things that I'll talk about in a few months. But essentially, what they're doing, though, is they're really taking on Google. Because if you think about Google, the way that it developed PageRank was to go out and look at links that were linked up and things that people enjoyed. You linked something because you liked it.
Right.
You linked something because you thought it was useful, you thought it was valuable, right? These are humans that are liking certain individual pages in real time.
Right.
So like an article can have, I saw an article the other day that had like 4,000 Facebook likes on it. That's like real-time data fed directly back into Facebook. That's like people approving and putting a stamp of approval on a piece of content on the internet. That they can then go and take that content, they can crawl it, they can classify it. I mean, they can build out a real-time search engine a lot better and quicker than Google can. Because Google has to go out, Google is all about going out and crawling and pulling the data back in.
Right.
Whereas Twitter Twitter and Facebook, for that matter, are getting the push of data back into them because they're getting it through tweets and through likes. So the data instantly flows right into their system. So they can be a lot more effective at real-time search.
It's interesting. Yeah, I think I would be hard pressed if somebody. It was hard enough for me to switch from Google to Bing, let alone somebody from Google to /Facebook-search.org.
Yeah, but here's the difference, though, dude.
You know what I mean?
It will be able to answer different questions for you. A search engine in the future isn't about like, hey, find me the Wikipedia article for this. It's about like, I need a dentist in San Francisco, and you type that in, you hit search, and all of a sudden, the dentists that come back, 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 of them are recommended by different friends, right? And you see that data because your friend has liked a particular dentist.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit,
That's interesting.
7 of my friends like that dentist, and you can see comments underneath there. That'll be like the future of search, is like real-time friend and peer recommendations. So you'll be able to like, oh, Walt Mossberg likes this. That means something to me because I trust their authority.
That's interesting.
It's gonna be cool. I'm telling you, dude, this is the early days. 10 years from now, this shit's gonna be a reality, and we're all gonna be using the web in a different way.
Don't say 10, say more like
5. Yeah, 5.
Well, either way, it's gonna be
exciting.
interesting.
I think it's really cool.
Yes, it is. It's really cool. I don't know if I'm super thrilled with Facebook being the leader in that world, but that's just because I don't really. Facebook to me is like Mafia Wars and cute pineapples thrown at me. And it's
they're getting better at that, though.
It's fine. That can be what they are. I just don't really, it's not. I'll take my Twitter. You know what I mean?
It's tricky, man. I don't.
Unless they throw on those fucking ads. Careful. Well, I'm looking at you, Twitter.
What ads?
No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, mark my words.
So
Hold on, I'm gonna make a prediction. I got to make this prediction because I feel it in my gut, and I haven't talked about it publicly yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm betting without a doubt in the next 12 months, maybe a little longer, maybe in the next 2 years, Twitter will syndicate their ads, like Google Ads has done, out to third-party websites. Because they know everything about these users. So you're going out and you're liking different things, you're posting things to Facebook, blah, blah, blah. You're not, but a lot of people are, right?
Yeah.
And so they know all of these, they're building an interest graph around individuals. They know that Prager goes out and he likes things that they know I go out and I like things about Audi cars and tea and all these different things. They're building that interest graph, and they'll have that so that when I go to a third-party site, that publisher will know all these things about me and be able to serve more relevant ads and hopefully have more, better CPMs and get, a better payout for better than Google can do. So, I think that might be a possibility.
Could be.
That would be huge.
Could be.
What do you think of that, Prager?
Well, it makes sense. I mean, it's just more, kind of preaching to the choir a little bit, it's just more personalization of the things you do. I mean, the reason you see ads on a website and ignore them is because you hate seeing ads. If they're more relevant to you, then maybe you'll buy something that's based on that, so that the space isn't as wasted.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, if I like Audi cars and I go to some website and there's an ad, like if there's an ad for the new M3 on an ad, okay. But I'm either going to get it or not.
Yeah.
An ad is not going to do it for me.
No. But check this out. Let's say you like an ad. Let's say you're watching a badass YouTube ad of the M3, and you're like, shit, I love the M3, right?
Yeah.
You like it, and then get this. All of your followers, just pretend you have that kind of follower base on Facebook.
Yeah.
All of your followers, as they're browsing around the web, blah, 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 one of them happened to be a BMW fan as well. Yeah. All of a sudden, they see an ad for the M3, and they're like, oh, the M3, I've heard about that. And Alex Albrecht likes this underneath it. They're like, oh, shit, Alex liked it? I'll check that ad out. All of a sudden, a lot higher click-through rate. You see what I'm saying?
So I'm making money for
No,
BMW?
no, you're not making money. You're endorsing
No, I know
that
I'm not making money, yeah.
And you're spreading it to your followers.
I would never.
You're doing it today.
Well, I'm not.
Well, you're not, but if you like something.
Click on an ad and say, I like this, and I hope my followers buy BMWs.
Have you seen on Facebook when a friend likes an ad? I'm sure we've all seen that, right? You sit there and on the right-hand column, it'll be like, your friend likes this, and it's an ad unit.
I don't look at those ad units.
Oh, okay. Well, you're weird.
I'm not weird. I'm a guy who doesn't want to be freaking. I mean, it's like I don't need to see ads on. Like, well, okay. I mean, let's just say ads to me on the web, it's cool money, but I'm not. I'm not gonna get a credit card.
No, I get that, but if
even
you
if that was
a friend,
a free BMW, if this said Kevin Rose thinks this credit card is cool, I'm still not gonna get a credit card.
But I'm just saying if it's something that is relevant to you and they're getting better at targeting you on certain things.
Maybe. I mean, if it was like I guess a deal at Amazon, but then it's like I don't know. I'll play the skeptic.
Yeah, fair enough.
We can talk about this for hours.
I know.
Totally.
Let's move on to something of more,
Is my story?
Yes, it is.
1,098 people. Funny video?
No, go.
1,098 people dug the story, submitted by, I can't read it because I'm on the dig bar, which is going away soon, thank God. California collects $100 million in marijuana sales tax. $100 $600 million. California has been collecting between $50 million and $100 million a year in sales tax from medical marijuana, according to the California Board of Equalization. So this is pretty crazy because the state's retail market for medical marijuana has surpassed $1 billion per year, with a total adult use market of $6 billion. So, I mean, they're talking about, there's a couple different sides of this. One, the people that are on the, you know, this is still a drug, we don't want this in the state.
It is actually illegal by the federal government.
Right.
We're just as a state choosing to go la 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 la.
Right. Well, there are a lot of people that are the cost of arresting, prosecuting, imprisonating marijuana users. I've been
imprisonating. You just said imprisonating.
Sorry.
Hey man, you need to get imprisonated.
You need to get imprisonated. So I mean, it's like. The question is, this is starting to break all over the place. This just happened in D.C. They just approved medical marijuana use in D.C. now.
Yeah. The big
what
thing.
What is your take on this? I don't know if we talked about this a lot.
It's very interesting. I'm mixed about it, right? Because I feel like if there's a medical reason for anybody to have fricking asteroids free-based, and there's some sort of medical reason, go crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if heroin started curing cancer, I'd be like, fucking heroin them up. You know what I mean?
Right.
The issue I have with medical marijuana is the gag of seeing and knowing hundreds of people who have no reason, no medical reason whatsoever.
That's because they're prescribing it for like bad bats
and they have
shit.
A medical marijuana card. I mean, it's like the medical marijuana card in California is a joke. It's like getting. I don't even know. It's like getting a police badge for Halloween. It's like that easy to get it. So here's the thing. So when I hear all this stuff, and it's big in LA.
There are a lot of people that really do need medical marijuana.
No, and they should have access to marijuana. And I think that that's perfectly fine. And I'm totally down for people who are on chemotherapy.
That have cards.
Bro.
How many people do you know that have cards? I would say
a lot of people, and none of them have any medical justification.
I would say I know at least, being completely honest, maybe 6 or 7 people that have medical marijuana
Any
cards.
of them actually on chemotherapy?
None of them. They all went to the doctor and they're like, my back, my neck and my back.
I'm slightly depressed. I've heard marijuana helps.
Totally.
All right, give it a shot. I like it. So here's the thing. So the funny thing is, down in LA, this is a really big deal because, I will say, I live near sort of the Grove and the Melrose area, and on Melrose, it is like every third store is a medical marijuana dispensary.
A head shop.
Not a head shop. A place you go to buy drugs.
Have you ever
that got a little bit much. I was like, you don't need 17 marijuana dispensers on Melrose in Los Angeles to cover the people. So there's a new thing going around where they have to like be 1,000 feet away from each other and away from schools and stuff, which is fine. But the crazy thing is they have people coming on all the time to talk about how the medical marijuana should be, it's so great and there's all this tax and all this stuff, but nobody ever comes on and says how many people actually need the medical marijuana clinically. That's the thing that gets me, is that the conversation isn't about, it's just about either access or no access. And what I would say is, I'm fine with people who need it having access to it.
Right.
The real question is, why is nobody concerned about the fact that the majority of people who are getting pot don't need it?
Well, first of all, they should just legalize it and be done with it.
That is one option.
You know what I mean?
I could care less either way, but that is one option.
Listen, I know it's dangerous, like the people that drive cars when they're high and things like that, and like, we've all gone to college, and so you see that kind of shit all the time. It's like, I think the people in this next video might have been on. I'm just saying, like, I just feel as though I've seen it so much in my life, from thousands of concerts I've gone to being around it and all that shit. Yeah. I mean, we're all around it at one point or another in your life. You're going to run into it. Alcohol, in my mind, is equally, if not more dangerous to people than that stuff. Like, people,
and that's totally valid opinion. A lot of people have that opinion.
Knowing that that's the case, like, why one versus the other? Like, if you had to, if you like took an alien in the room, you brought an alien in from outside that never heard of any of this stuff, and you listed out all the pros and cons of each, and you put them on 2 pieces of paper, and you didn't even put names associated with them.
Yeah.
You say, here what these 2 drugs have done, which one of these should be legal. I'm not saying that one should be over the other,
right?
But if you look at them and you're both like, well, both, I guess. Like, if
If it was an alien, they'd probably be like, none. Why are you burning your brains?
You're killing yourself.
What are you, morons? No wonder you don't have extra space travel.
But you know what I'm saying?
We're going back to our planet where we eat fruit.
You know what I'm saying? It has so much like negative like weirdness attached to it. When in reality, we have drugs that are just as bad for you that are legal.
Well, but here's the thing. I don't think that is something that needs to be changed. I mean, look, at the end of the day, people are going to argue about whether, red is better a color than blue. I mean, it's just people are passionate about crazy shit, which is cool, whatever. My whole thing that I think is really funny about this whole medical marijuana thing is that nobody is talking about the fact that the majority of people who are getting access to medical marijuana are just fucking potheads and want to smoke up better, which is cool. And I don't fault them for it. That's the law. You can go crazy, man. If you can get it, get it. You know what I mean? But I just feel like it's so funny that like you'll have these like lawyers for the like medical marijuana, like the access to medical marijuana, and then like these staunch senators who are like marijuana's horrible and kills kittens, and you know what I mean? It's like, and nobody's talking about the fact that... I feel like
those are people that have never traveled outside the United States that say that shit.
I don't know about that, but maybe.
We've both been to Amsterdam. We were there together.
Sure.
And it's like, it's legal. You walk into a freaking cafe.
That's like saying, that socialism works in Cuba, so let's do it here.
No, but
it's a different thing.
No. It's not, because if you walk outside, it's not like there's cars driving off cliffs and going into ditches and there's people running and shooting each other, stealing drugs and shit. It's fucking safe. Like, you walk outside, nobody's trying to mug you because the weed's free and legal. Like, it's
like I don't need to mug you, man. I'm just gonna go to the cafe and buy some weed.
It's like, I just don't get it. Like, it's been proven that people aren't gonna. It's not gonna tear down society. Like,
well, but dude, that's like saying. I mean, look. At the end of the day, I mean, again, I go back to saying most people who are in politics not for change, but for power, and change equals less access to power. If you go in there, if you get voted in by, whatever, you're in the middle of some state or county that voted you in on saying medical marijuana is bad, clearly the people you represent say medical marijuana is bad.
You have to support what they say,
no matter what you think, you could try to change, and some people every once in a while probably come in and go, no, I'm sorry, we're going to change this. Medical marijuana is good. We got to get this for the people. And then they're out, and then somebody else is in who's going to say the right thing. I mean, unfortunately, that's the offshoot of democracy.
Here's, at the end of the day, I will say one last thing. If you don't legalize it...
And then we're going to talk about this merry-go-round that killed people.
Yeah, if you don't legalize it and the stoners don't get their weed, whatever, who cares? The one thing that is fucked up, though, I've seen a lot of sick people, including cancer patients, that can't eat food because they've been so sick off of cancer. And to deny them the fact of letting them like smoke a plant so they can eat food is fucked up, man.
Well, I don't think anybody would argue about that.
Well, I mean, those are the people that are saying
if you
no
want
to medical marijuana.
Freebase, meteorites to make you feel better.
There are people out there that say like no medical marijuana, and like it's helping people.
Well, there are people out there who say that you can get married at the age of 7. I mean, it's like. There are people who have all sorts of weird beliefs, and that's fine, and that they're entitled to them.
If you're a mature 7.
Well, I mean, come on, that was a given. That was horrible. That's going to be a YouTube clip right there. Well, if you're a mature 7. That's Kevin Rose.
No.
That's exactly what he said.
First of all,
anyway, next
he
story.
requested the YouTube
Who
clip.
knew a merry-go-round could be so dangerous?
You fucking
you said it, baby.
You got me in so much trouble.
625 people dug the story submitted by.
No, I want to tell a story.
Noel. It's already. It's so last year ago.
The plow story? You fucker.
It's like 2 years ago.
Dude,
get over it.
He said one time.
A merry-go-round plus motorcycle equals craziness.
About this later.
Here we go. Ready? Watch this. This is a merry-go-round.
That was horrible.
Merry-go-round and a motorcycle.
It's always
it's never.
It's never.
Oh yeah. This is the safe Amsterdamness here.
Yeah, this is what. Okay, like, never mind marijuana. This is what happens when you get high.
We just put the motorcycle on the field, and do I turn the motorcycle on? Are you guys ready?
He's like, he's smoking a joint too.
Like, hey, I'm cool.
Oh, he is smoking a joint.
Yeah.
Okay, don't legalize marijuana. I take that back.
He's like, hey, this is good, man. Yeah. Okay.
This is fun.
Yeah, what gear are you in, sir? Okay, here we go. Hey, look how much fun! Oh my God, they're gonna explode. Oh my God, he exploded!
Jesus.
What happened to him?
You hear the slow motion music.
Yeah, just keep playing. They're gonna replay it slow motion.
Holy shit. Yeah, okay, never mind that.
Dude, this is probably in Amsterdam too. Look, he's like, I love what's happening! Whoopsies!
Yeah, marijuana should definitely be illegal.
Perfect video to follow up the entire conversation.
I know. Okay.
Amazing.
We take that back.
We take everything back, unless that guy was reeling from cancer.
I can't eat, but
He's
I'll
like,
do
I can't see. Put the wheel on. Who's spinning me? Oh my glaucoma's acting. Amazing. I love it. All right. Before we get into our sponsors, I can't see. My glaucoma is picking up. Before we get into our sponsors, we do want to reiterate, we told you last week, but we're going to say it again, live show in San Francisco. Super excited. It's going to be the evening of Friday, June 24th. There's going to be a whole bunch of ball shaking at that party. At the Mezzanine in San Francisco. It's all part of Revision 3's big 5-year anniversary party, so come down, watch a live Diggnation, party with the Rev 3 crew. It shall be amazing as you tour.
Sounds good. First sponsor of the day. Guys, it's a fact. Men are less likely than women to buckle up. In 2008, 66% of male drivers and 74% of male passengers 18 to 34 in passenger vehicles were not wearing their seatbelts. Don't become a statistic.
All of a sudden it's an 80s infomercial. Don't become a
statistic. Wear a freaking seatbelt, especially at night. 2/3 of people die in accidents at night are not buckled up. You may be a safe driver, but you don't know who else is out there. It's not cool to not wear it. The police will be out in full force Memorial Weekend. Hundreds of state and local law enforcement and highway safety officials across the nation will participate in Click It or Ticket 2010 from May 24th to June 6th. They will be looking for you day and night, so make sure you buckle up. And to add on to that, they don't require us to say this at the end. We're just adding on our own shit here. Seriously, guys, it's not a big deal. Just put it on. It's like condoms in that way. Wear them. They will save you.
Yeah, dude, seatbelts are, first off, condoms and seatbelts go hand in hand, as I say.
That's good, right? I love how the sponsor's like, yeah, we wanted him to say something at the end.
Yeah, we wanted them to tell us their feelings, but I didn't think that they'd be going straight to prostitution.
Right.
But you know what? Hey, I think they got the message across. Oh, gosh. So, Dice.com. You know Dice.com.
Yes.
Dice.com is the
I've used it back in the day
for tech jobs. I know. I actually used it back in the day to try to get tech jobs when I was looking for tech jobs. They have over 50,000 tech jobs in every field and at every skill level. So if you're like coding ninja or you're coding
white belt.
Little rabbit white belt. Why is it a rabbit? So they got some really cool stuff. We picked this one out here just as a how's this?
What company is this from?
So here's the thing. You can actually register at Dice.com, go and register and post your resume, and then you can actually have companies looking for employees
search your resume
the other way. So, it makes no sense not to be on there. You know what I mean? So here's a job in San Francisco. It is a job, it's for 6 Dimensions, and it's a JavaScript/HTML5 developer. So JavaScript developer, it's basically going to be either JavaScript or HTML5. A lot of people come out to San Fran to do web development.
San Francisco?
San Francisco.
Only people that don't live here say San Fran.
Totes.
Yeah.
Yeah, guess why? Because it's called San Fran.
No. Only people that don't live here. Am I serious? You can't say San Fran.
Yes.
Dude, well, guess what? I don't live here.
Right, that's fine.
It's San Fran.
So this is cool because HTML5 is the shit now. Everyone's jumping on the
HTML5 is the new thing.
Bandwagon. And there's no job
HTML5 video modules, which is cool.
Dude, is this your entry? You're hiring for someone?
No, I was thinking about it, man. I was like, dude, I should get this.
If you get these skills, you can get jobs.
It's a cool job.
Dude, it's a great job.
San Fran.
Yeah, Cisco.
Dude, San Francisco treat. So there's a lot of more jobs, jobs on the Dice.com. So head over to Dice.com, sign up, check out the tools, just do it. Get a job.
Game
Go,
time.
Daddy.
Get a job, people. Dice.com.
Go, Daddy.
GoDaddy. Thank you, GoDaddy, for sponsoring once again. You have been with us a long time, and we really appreciate that. GoDaddy is keeping your information safe from spammers, hackers, and crazy ex-roommates. Private domain registration from GoDaddy.com protects your privacy by keeping your address, phone number, and more out of the public database. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, when you buy a domain, they ask you for the technical contact, the administrative contact, and the technical, administrative, and general
I
contact.
think there's a technical contact and a main administrative.
Yeah, there's a couple different contacts. And basically, if you don't have private registration, it puts all that information, your home address, your business address, whatever you're filling out there, on the net. If you use private registration, it replaces that with anonymous data, and then they forward all the email correspondence onto you if anybody tries to contact you. It's pretty awesome. Use the code DN3 on any .com domain name and just get it for $7.49. Revision3.com/GoDaddy for a list of all the amazing deals from Revision 3, and I use this on every domain I purchase.
Dude, there's no reason not to use it on every domain you purchase. That's how I feel. So the latest new show on Revision 3 is called Penn Point. You know why it's called Penn Point? Because it's hosted by Penn of Penn and Teller. Yes, you heard that right. Every Monday through Thursday, that's 4 times a week, Penn checks in to share his view on the world. This has to be seen to be believed. Check it out, revision3.com/Penn Point. Shall we do an email? I'm just going to pick one at random. How's that sound?
That's amazing that Revision 3 got Penn. That's
I know, right?
That's pretty cool. Vance is, our director of programming, is outfitting his house with a bunch of camera gear.
Sweet.
Vance's house?
No, he's over there at Penn's house.
Got it.
With a bunch of cameras.
So
story.
quick little... Oh, yeah, go for it. Let's do it.
Last story of the day. Holy shit. Chrome is fast. 3,066 people dug this story. Did you see this?
I didn't see the video, but I saw people talking about the video. Okay, I'm intrigued. Oh, that is smart. Chrome, potato. This is genius. Into a fryer. That is crazy.
Watch this.
This is the most genius thing they could have done.
Well, they didn't do it. They hired a studio to do
Yeah,
this.
but
it's not saying Chrome's fast. It's saying that the search engine's fast.
No, it's saying
no,
Chrome's
it's saying
fast.
Chrome's fast because it's loading the
Web page.
That was awesome. Teal. No way is it faster than lightning. Oh, please be faster than lightning.
Dude, that was amazing.
That is genius advertising.
I know, so
That's
good.
like the perfect advertising.
It's amazing. It really is.
Because it so nails the speed, but it's like really sort of weirdly scientific and fun to watch. You know what I mean?
I really want to know what ad company was behind that.
Yeah.
That would be that. I gotta find that out.
Try adweek.com.
Adweek would have that.
Or Ad Age.
Anyway, that was awesome.
Dude, Beyond-o. Coolio.
Because if you're doing a new product, you just hire them to do a video for you. Holy shit! It was
Dude,
epic.
that's what freaking ad thinks. So we had a quick email here from James Stewart. Kevin, where'd you get the Nikes? I've seen you wearing them a lot in the last episode. I can't manage to find them anywhere online. James.
Yeah, you know, I got those from Zappos.com. Here they are.
Really?
Yeah. It's funny. I wasn't even planning this. Actually, I got these both from Zappos. I buy them from Zappos because they freaking get you get free shipping. They always upgrade the shipping. It's
Nice.
just easier to get shit.
Yeah,
I actually
yeah.
bought some from Zappos and I got the wrong size, and you send them back and they'll send you the next pair even before they get the original ones back.
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty epic.
I like
so
that.
these white Asics I got from Zappos, and these are the old school Nikes. They're the I don't know what. It's funny that you didn't even tell me about this email before we
Yeah,
started,
your shoes were
my shoes
sitting
were sitting
off the
right to the
side.
side.
Classic Rose.
Let's see.
Has Amazon taken over some of the customer service stuff?
No, they're still doing it all themselves.
No, because
I
my
don't know
dad's talking about how amazing Amazon's customer service has been recently.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Just search. They come in a bunch of different colors. I'm gonna get a different set of colors here shortly, but
They're cool looking.
Yeah, they're cool. They're like old school Nikes. They have them. They have them up there.
Zappos.com.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd like to have your email read on the show, please feel free to send it to fans@diggnation.com. That is it for this week's edition of Diggnation. I'm twitter.com/@AlexAlbrecht.
And I'm Kevin Rose. Twitter.com/Kevin Rose. Until next time.
All right, so you got BJ Hero, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, here we go. You recording?
No, I'm not. Fuck that, dude.
Bro, we just switched it the other way. I did the other one. Just do it. It'll take 2 seconds.
Hell no, dude.
This week, dude.
Okay.
What do you mean? You won't say that?
I have to do the whole
You know how
sound.
many shows? I'll do the sound. You do the fucking thing.
Oh, I just and PJ Hero.
Yeah.
No one will know it's you doing the sound unless we have you on video doing it.
Who cares? All right, here we go. This week's episode of Diggnation is brought to you by Ticket or Click It, Dice, Gamefly,
and BJ Hero. Alex?
What? That's too fast. That's too fast.
You said ticket or click it.
I said click it or take it. It's all right. It didn't work anyway. This week's episode of Diggnation.
Do it. No, because then I have to say it, and then people are going to think I'm going like.
Do it. You're going to do that either way.
Yeah, you do it.
No, you are going to add your own sound either fucking way.
There's only one way to sell this.
Best of three. Best of three. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
No. It's 1, 2, 3, shoot. Here we go. Ready?
Nice try.
1, 2, 3. Ah! 1, 2, 3. Yes! All right, go.
Okay.